Hey everybody, it's Machanta here with the Crafty Cactus, coming to show you another project that I've been working on. In addition to the gift baskets, I enjoy paper crafting and all things paper. I love to read, and I have been purchasing books and collecting books for the blind date with the book. I saw this idea on TikTok, I don't know, maybe almost a year ago now, and I just love the idea. And so I decided I'm going to start collecting books, and I'm going to create some blind date with the books. And I have just decided that right now is the time to go ahead and get it done. If you know anything about ADHD, I'm self-diagnosed ADHD. We get bored really easily, and so I've made a lot of gift baskets, and that has been my primary focus for a long time. But I need a break from that. But I also need to continue to work in my business and continue to do things that's going to be helpful for my business, as well as add to what I'm currently doing as far as gift baskets. So this is another thing that I have been working on, and I just wanted to show you, and I'm going to do a video with you today to show you how I just create this cute little gift. So this is a youth book. I know a lot of the blind dates with the books have a lot of like adult books, but I haven't really seen a lot of people doing youth books. Now my books will have all genres, but this particular book is a youth book. So I'll just show you kind of what I have here, and if this is something that you're interested in adding to your collection of things that you're going to offer for people, then I will show you everything that you need to get started. In addition to the blind date with the book, I will show you another idea that I've been working on. When I decide this is something that I want to do, it's when I can't get it off of my mind. I continue to see things that pop up on YouTube, or I hear about it, or on TikTok, social media, or I can't stop thinking about it. To me, that's an indication that this is something that I want to go with. I also like just really think about it, and I have a lot of ideas about it. I feel like that is kind of a pool that I need to go ahead and work on that idea. So here we have the book, and the book is wrapped. So there is no information. You can't see anything about what the book is, except for this little tag that just kind of gives you a glimpse of what the book is about. And that's kind of the whole concept behind Blind Date with the book, is that you don't know what you're getting. You just have a small little description, and then you make the decision on whether or not you want to choose that book. So this particular book is a youth book. It's based in the South. It's a coming of age book, and it's a historical fiction. So in this, I have just, this is a little pom-pom paper clip. This little bag has a lot of little stickers in there. There's another paper clip here, just a little note card from one of my Project Life packs. A pack of washi, a cute little pen that we picked up from Dollar General a long time ago, and then I added a sticker to the book. And this is little pockets that you can create that will hold all of these items. So if you're interested in this concept, let's stay tuned and let me show you what you need. All right, so as you can see in my background, these are just some of the things that I put together to have to add or to embellish a book. So I have my books, and I have them divided into genres. So this one is fantasy. I like fantasy. You know, it just really just depends on what you like. All of these books I purchased at Dollar Tree. All of the different Dollar Trees that I go in, I only purchase them from Dollar Tree. I'm not going to pay more than $1.25 for them unless it's just something that I really, really like. But most of my books that I purchase for my blind date with the book is from Dollar Tree. I know a lot of people use like used books or things like that. I really don't like that. So I just wait and I go to the different Dollar Trees and I purchase my books there. So you have fantasy, you have YA, so these are youth books. I didn't know Kevin Hart was an author, but I saw that he has a kids book, and so I picked that up. And then I like books by African American authors, so most of my books are by African American authors. I really enjoy historical fiction, but I am going to begin to add a lot of more different type of genres and authors to my collection. I want to see how this goes first, and then if it picks up and it starts to grow, then I'll add other genres and other types of authors to my collection. So these are all books by African American authors, and this is what I have here. So these are the ones that I'm going to work on today. So you just pick your book, you pick the genre that you because that is kind of what you want to put on your tag, so that people will have an idea of what it's about. You can give more description. I've seen them where they give more description, but the little tags that I'm using, there's not a lot that can fit on there. I thought about typing something out. I may still do that for some of them to just have a little bit more on there, but I don't want to give too much detail because then it wouldn't be blind date with the book. You want them to kind of have like there'd be like a guessing to it. So what I do first when I start is so that I know what book I'm wrapping, because once you wrap it, you may forget. I just kind of have a sticky note and I put the name of the book on there. So this is the book that I just wrapped. That is this book, and I just kind of put that to the side. So we're gonna do this one. So we'll do another youth book. Seam binding, tags, any type of tags. I have these little envelopes, and everything that I have, I didn't pay full price for any of it. I always find it on sale. I have tons and tons of paper crafting stuff. These little envelopes, you can pick these up at, I think I may have picked these up at Dollar Tree or Pop Shelf, one of those places. But this is what I actually put the stickers in. These are paper clips, but then they also will hold a pen. So if you want to stick a pen and add a pen in with yours, you can put your pen there. I picked these up at Hobby Lobby. I think I showed you a video of these. These are book pockets. So they have the little tape on the back. You can stick this inside your book, and you can add paper clips or bookmarks, whatever you want to add in there. So this is just another embellishment that you can put to add in your blind date with the book. These little paper clips, you can add these in there. These are the pom-pom paper clips. I've got washi, so there's like highlighter washi. I have these paper clips as well. I also have the jumbo paper clips, but I did not pull those out for this video. I also have these cards. I have tons and tons of Project Life cards. So these are cards. If you're a paper crafter, then you know what Project Life is. But these are just like little cards, and you can write on them, or you can use it to embellish your books. But they have just all different kind of designs and things on there. So I'll just stick a couple of those in there. I also picked up these paper clips bookmarks from Hobby Lobby, and this is actually what I'm using for like my youth themed books, and they have a lot of different little bookmarks. And then I've got my jar of like thin washi, because like, you really don't want to put the big washi in there because you don't want it to be too bulky. And then of course stickers. Depends on what type of stickers whatever your book is. because I also plan to do like some blind date with a like devotional, those type of things. And then the most important thing that you'll need is paper. So you can use either wrapping paper or you can use your 12 by 12 paper pad. So I have tons of paper pads that I picked up from Hobby Lobby and just all the different places. So you can use paper pad, wrapping paper, butcher paper, whatever type of paper that you want to wrap your book with. And you may need a paper cutter if you have a paper cutter. If not, regular scissors will work. You need glue, tape, something to bind or keep your wrap together. All right, so let's get started. So because this book is another youth book, I'm just going to get my notepad and I'm going to write down the title of the book, because what you do at the end is you can go to Goodreads or you can just Google it, and it will give you kind of a little synopsis of what the book is about. And then you can just kind of read through it without, and pick out what you want to include without giving away, you know, what the, you know, big details of the book, so people can figure it out. Okay, so you want to decide on what color that you want to use for your book. For this particular book, what I did was, I'm going to make it a little bit simpler for the sake of this video. So because when I made this one, I had to tape together like 2 pieces of my cardstock. And so for this particular video, I won't do that. I'll just use, I'll use my packing paper. One moment. Okay, so next, once you have your paper, you just want to cut it so that it covers your book. So whatever size that is, it depends on the size of your book. If you use craft paper, if you use the paper pack, if it's a 12 by 12, you know, you could probably get away with 1 sheet. If not, then you may have to tape it together, or you may have to add. But for me, for this particular video, I'm just going to use the contractor's paper that we all use for our gift wrapping. You want, whatever you use, you want to make sure that it covers the book completely. You don't want something that's like see-through where the people can peek and kind of figure out what the book is. You want it to be like this mystery. So then you just wrap it like you would wrap a gift. I flip the book over so that you can't see all of the wrapping and all of the nooks and cranny bolts of it. Is going to be on the back. So you just take it and you can either glue dot it or tape it here, however you want to do it. You can also use your glue if you want to do that. I have these glue dots, so I'm gonna use them. I also have this too, but this is kind of expensive, so I really don't want to use that for these particular ideas. So I can just use my glue dots because I have a lot of those. And just take your book and wrap it. I like to cut this little edge off right here because you don't need all that excess. So just cut that. And you want to try to avoid getting the like tape on the actual book. So you want to, when you are cutting your paper, you want to cut enough so that your book doesn't get like damaged from the tape. Let's see here. Try to even that up a little bit. And this is my maybe second video or third. I don't do too many videos of showing me actually working, because I do a lot of, I'm kind of a perfectionist in some things, so I do a lot of changing, and I don't want to take a lot of time, you know, people watching as I go through my mind and, you know, change and that kind of thing. So I hope everybody is doing good. If you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you would share it, comment, subscribe. My page is really about all things that I enjoy. I am an avid crafter. I enjoy paper crafts. I love to journal. I love to do all sorts of things. And I have undiagnosed ADHD, and if you know anything about that, you kind of get bored easily. You will hyperfixate on things, and then you love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, and then you get bored of it, and then you need to move on. So right now I'm in a place where I need a break from the gift baskets, creating the gift baskets, but I don't want to move on and do something that's not productive for my business. So I am just moving on or taking a pivot, because I'm not stopping with the gift baskets. I'm just taking a break. And this is something that I also needed to do as well. So I am going to work on that, because that's something that I want to have and probably will incorporate into a couple of gift baskets as well. So this is a paper pack that I think I'm going to use, and this could be a unisex book, so I'm not going to do too much girly stuff on this one. It's going to be very similar to this one, because I don't want boys to feel like they can't get a book if they see it. So I'm going to find a couple of pages that are not necessarily for boys or for girls. It could just be like a unisex page. I just pulled out a couple of my paper packs for the sake of this video, but as I create like the adult books that I have, of course I won't be using these types of papers. I'll have more adult themed papers for that, but I just try to match whatever type of book it is with the kind of paper that goes with it. So these are both kind of like lines and stripes. I was trying to find something that maybe would coordinate with it without being the lines and stripes. I did see some polka dots. How about some polka dots? And the one cool thing about it is it doesn't have to be all like matchy. You really want it to grab their attention. So the next thing that we do, so now we're working on these little pockets. So we're gonna work on adding these little pockets now. So you just want to take your 12 by 12 paper or whatever paper you have. These happen to be 12 by 12, and you want to fold it in a triangle. Okay, so got that one, and I will more than likely use this side because it's more of like unisex colors, whereas this could be more construed as like girly. So you make your triangle. So I'm going to do 2 triangles. It's just really easy once you get started with it, and you can pump out a lot of these in a really decent amount of time without, you know, wasting a lot of time. Okay, so now you want to decide kind of which one you want on the top, which one you want on the bottom. But you're basically going to take your triangle and you're going to sit your book. This part is going to be at the bottom. So you're going to sit your book here, and you're basically going to fold this over on top of each other, just like that. and you're going to either tape it or glue it, and that's going to hold it together, and that is what's going to create your pockets right here that you can put stuff in. Okay, now you can choose to do just one of these, or you can choose to do several of these. You can layer it up as many as you want. I like to just do 2. So I'm going to use these glue dots because I have a lot of glue dots. And you just want to add it to your, just put it one on top of the other, just like that. Okay, and then you can still move this up and down for now. Then you just want to come with your second triangle, and you want to fold it over that one. Now, what you don't want is that. You don't want to be able to see the bottom like that. So I would suggest sliding it up or sliding this one down. Now, what you're going to do, so like that. Can you see that? So what you're going to do is you're going to take this flap and you're going to insert it into, this will open. So you're going to take this flap and insert it into this opening. Just like that. Okay? Just like that, and it will come together. But you want to glue, put some glue here to keep it down, and then it will look like that. So let's glue this down, and then we'll get to the fun part. All of it's fun to me, but the decorating is the most fun, in my opinion. Okay, so now you look like that, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5 little pockets that you can add stuff in. Now on the back you have these that are sticking up. You see that? Now all you need to do is take this, you can cut it off if you want to cut it off, or you can fold it down, because what you can also do, if you really want to load this up, these can be used as pockets as well. So you can stick stuff here as well. I'm going to leave it just like this. Some people cut these off. Some people bend them down and stick them down. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to I bend this one down, and I'm just going to take a couple of glue dots and adhere it to the back here. So I'm just taking my glue dots, unrolling it, sticking it right there on there. And because it's paper, it pulls off much, much easier. And I'm just going to stick them right there. And those glue dots are going to hold that securely. If you're not feeling too confident about your glue dots holding it, you can go in with some wet glue first, and then if you want, or double-sided tape, whatever you want to do, and it can also hold it. Now here comes the fun part. The fun part is decorating it. Now you can take your little tag, whatever color you have, or you can also make these. So if you don't have these, you can just take some paper, craft paper, and you can make these tags. I happen to have these tags, so I'm going to use them. But you can always make tags out of paper very quickly, very easy. So I'll take my tag and I will write what this is about. I'll write what this is about, and you just can take your different little embellishments and you can just add different embellishments to it. You can be matchy-matchy if you want to. You don't have to. Just stick that in there like that. You can get a bookmark. Let's see. This is Soda, You Need a Good Book. That's that one. I think I'm going to get this one. It says Once Upon a Fry. I'm gonna just stick that in there like that. I'm gonna get one of my little funny pens and add it in there. Stick that in there. There, like so. And I'll get a washi. Stick the washi in there. And then you'll have your tag that says what the book is about. And your sticker. You get your pack and put your stickers in there. And you are all done. So I hope that you like this video. I hope that you will consider maybe adding this to your repertoire of ideas and offerings that you have if this is something that you're interested in. Very quick, very easy, especially once you have all of your supplies together. This is something you can push out a lot of these in a small amount of time. I hope that you like this video. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, it's okay not to be okay, but it's not okay to stay that way. Bye-bye.